almighty! This Mac Daddy, Justin Trudeau, is one of the laziest politicians I have ever seen in all of my days. I mean, I thought George Bush was lazy. I remember that brother used to do more golfing trips than Tiger Woods. And Obama, don't even get me started on him. But this Mac Daddy has made personal days into a fine art. Now today, and most of my subscribers are working class. Y'all get up, y'all break your backs, you sit in traffic if you're living in the GTA, or if you're out in the, in the rural areas, you don't sit in traffic, but you break your back to put food on your tables, working morning, noon, and night. That's what our society's become. We've basically just become a society of workers. We don't get a chance to enjoy our families, to do what we want to do, to watch our favorite TV shows, to go on a trip every once in a while. But this Mac Daddy, he goes on trips, he does his own thing every single week. And what's worse is he's doing it on our dime. He's doing it with our tax dollars. Now, we hired this fool. Well, I didn't hire him. Y'all hired him. I didn't hire him. Y'all Canadians, y'all gullible Canadians who all wanted your weed and all that stuff, which you wanted to be legalized, which has still not been legalized and will not be legalized. And the reason I say that is because you try to come to Canada with a truckload of marijuana and see what's going to happen to you. You could come into Canada with a truckload of beer, a truckload of cigarettes, come into Canada with a truckload of marijuana and see what happens. You'd probably get even worse treatment than when it was illegal. But this Mac Daddy, he takes personal trips every single day. He takes personal days every single day. And I just posted a link that is pinned to the comment section of this video, which has the Prime Minister's schedule on it. This comes from the office of the Prime Minister. And today, he had a personal day. I mean, what the heck? I mean, we got problems. I mean, I'm reading reports that the private sector jobs are leaving Canada. We have a problem with refugees getting free dental care, free housing, all this stuff. Illegal aliens are coming through from the United States and coming in. Billions of our tax dollars are going to other countries. This is all the Mac Daddy's fault, by the way. But this fool goes on another personal day, doing nothing. I mean, is he scared or something? Is he scared of... I mean, what the heck is wrong with this Mac Daddy? He is as lazy as a pile of dead bones in a cemetery. A pile of dead bones in a cemetery is more lively than this Mac Daddy. The only time this Mac Daddy, and I call him a Mac Daddy because he is a master pimp, he pimps Canadians on elections day and then prostitutes them when he wins, like he's done now. Takes our tax dollars and gives it to other countries. I've done videos on it. And now, he's taking another personal day. Well, some people will say, well, this is good because he's not in government, and the less time he's at the reins of government, the less likely he's able to do anything stupid. Well, that's a positive way of putting it. The problem is that he's doing all of this on our dime. When he flies off to Aspen or Switzerland or does his own thing, he's doing it with our tax dollars. When he runs shirtless in the middle of some forest somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the security, all those people who are running with him and protecting him, it's our tax dollars. So we are using our tax dollars not for infrastructure, not for healthcare, not for to keep Canadians safe, not to secure our border, all that stuff. We're using it so that this fool can have another personal day. Well, I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. And every time he has a personal day, we should cut his funding. I wish somebody would have the balls to do that. Next, when we finally get rid of this Matt guy, I don't know when we're gonna do it, because really, even though his poll numbers are going down, I want to knock on wood. Hey, you listen, Canadians have a bad habit of forgetting what they were angry about, and they tend to vote for the same fool who was messing them up in the first place. But when we finally get rid of this person, let's say we get Andrew Sheeran, hopefully he will make a law that says you keep on having these personal days and you don't get down to the business at hand. Canadians should have the right to get signatures to take your fool self's cash away, to take your pay away. You don't get paid. And while we're on it, I think we need to have recall legislation in this country, like they do in California, and they do in other parts of the United States, and they do in BC, by the way. We should be able to get rid of this Matt Daddy. We should be able to get rid of our members of parliament. We should be able to get rid of these politicians whenever we want to, not just on waiting 4 years and all this foolishness. They should be, because look at Kathleen Wynne right now. Look at her right now. She automatically starts caring about Ontario when the election is coming up. Before that, she cut services for autistic people. She cut services for our health care. She closed down many hospitals and clinics. She cut services for our education sector. She cut on our education sector. We have schools in Ontario that don't even have cafeterias in them, and this is supposed to be a first world country, but then the moment the election comes, she starts bringing out all these bribes. Free daycare, free dental care, free everything, free university. And all the chumps out there fall for it and say, I want to vote for Kathleen Wynne now because she's bribing me. You're all a chump. She did this in 2014, saying she was going to be different from Dalton McGuinty. She got elected with a majority, and she cut services for autistic people. And now the chumps are back at it again. They say they want to vote for Kathleen Wynne again. The chumps. So we need to have recall legislation in Canada so our politicians are always looking out for us. And by the way, looking out for us doesn't necessarily mean, promising free stuff and free. Nothing is free. Somebody pays for it eventually. People don't seem to realize that. Well, my viewers and my subscribers realize that because they tell me that every day. My viewers and my subscribers are some of the smartest people in the world. And that's one thing I am proud of. That we need to have recall legislation. We can't have our politicians doing this to us all the time. It's about time. These personal day, my foot. I wish I had a personal day. You know how many times I get up wishing I didn't have to get up out of bed? I wish I had and on top of that, I wish I had a personal day that was funded by y'all taxpayers. You know how great that would be? I mean, what has this Matt Daddy done to deserve this? Nothing. The fool was a drama teacher, a third-rate drama teacher at that. I mean, he didn't even do a good job at that. This guy just living off of his trust fund that his father gave him. And then all of a sudden he becomes prime minister. What? Because he has a famous name and he says he's going to legalize weed, which he hasn't done and in which he will never do? Because, number one, if you privately sell weed in Canada, you will be locked up. So it's not fully legalized. It's not. It's just not. And we still have prohibition in Canada too. Well, even though that is beginning to go down because now you're allowed to sell beer in Walmart and stuff like that. Yada, yada, yada. But we need recall in this country. I mean, we should win. I don't even want to wait 3 weeks. I mean, I don't even want to wait 2 months. The election is in 2 months in Ontario. It's in June. I don't want to wait that long. We need to get rid of this fool now. Even though I shouldn't say that, because I mean, if she were to resign tomorrow and they put some other liberal in there saying that they would be different, the chumps out there, the chumps would support that liberal, and then it would be the same thing all over again. But another personal day for the Mac Daddy on our dime. Yes, you can say, oh, well, he's not doing anything. Let him take all the vacations he wants because then he won't cause any trouble. You can say that all you want, but he's doing it on your dime, and I don't appreciate it. This is the Arana Nation. Be sure to get your very first Arana Nation t-shirt and help the Arana Nation grow economically so that it can become even better viewing for you, its wonderful and wise fans.